Hello and welcome to TraceCloud. We have released a new feature where you can have your users collaborate and vote on requirements, so you can prioritize your requirements based on their input. For example, I have a folder called business requirements and I have a few requirements here and I really don't know how to prioritize them. And the model for TraceCloud is you should be able to go to configure project if you're an administrator. And once you go to configure project, in the project core information section, you have a new area called voting enabled requirement types. So you pick which requirement type you think should be eligible for voting. For example, your test cases and test results don't require much voting, but maybe business requirements do. So the moment you do that, you should be able to go here and say, I want to update my core info. And that creates a new attribute called total votes cast for that requirement type. For example, I already done that. So when I go to my object types and look at my business requirements, I see a new attribute called total votes cast that has been added by the system. And after that, it's a matter of managing your roles. So in this case, I go to my manage my roles and I have a role called administrator. Nathan is a member of that. And you have a new section called voting rights. And the model here is every role has members and that role gets a certain number of voting rights that it can spend on this folder. If you have done these exercises in the past, you're familiar with the idea of a pot of money, right? You call in a group of business analysts into your room and give them all a certain amount of virtual currency. Say, well, you have $200. How would you like to spend the $200 on the requirements in this folder? With the idea being that if you want your requirement to be considered a higher priority, you spend more of your money on it, right? So you as administrator get to control how big that pot of money is for each folder and then for that role. So you could say, well, administrators are very important. They know the system. So for these requirements, they should get 200 voting rights in this folder. Well, at the same time, engineering is not as familiar with the concept and they should get only 100 voting rights per folder or for this folder. Interestingly, Nathan happens to have membership in both the engineering roles and in the administrative roles. So Nathan gets $200 from being an administrator and $100 from being an admin, and therefore he has 300 points to spend on prioritizing these requirements, whereas Shambhavi has only 100 because she is just an engineering member, right? So the system is able to take care of those details. So if I return back to my project, I'm still logged in as Nathan. I should be able to go to my business requirements folder because this is the only one for which voting is enabled, and do voting. When I do voting, it says, well, you got 300 voting rights because you're a member of two roles, and you have already consumed 175 because you're given 100, 60, 10, and 5 two different requirements. So I got 175, and if I think this requirement is not as high a priority, I drop this to 10. Now I got about 200 and I consumed only 85 out of 300. So I have a lot of votes to spend. So I can say, well, this requirement 4086, I can preview this in a new tab and see what's happening in this requirement. I feel that it's a very important requirement, so I will probably give this 90 points. The moment I do this, a couple of things happen. If I were to next time go to this requirement, for example, you can see that it has been, my voting count has gone down and my requirement has gotten 90 points. Around the same time, let's say another user logs into the project. To simulate that, I'll go to my Safari browser here. I'm logged in as Sammy in this account, and she is not an administrator. Therefore, you can see she doesn't have the configure button here. When she goes to this folder and says, well, I want to vote, you can see she has only 100 votes, right? And she has only 100 votes, okay? And she has consumed all 100 of them on this particular requirement because she thinks that's the most important. But she can come and change her mind and say, well, you know what, I'm going to give this one only 1, but I think I really want to get this requirement done. Or she might come here and say, well, this has 90, let me see who has given it 90 votes. You can see Nathan has given it 90, and Sammy might say, well, I really want to make sure this one gets implemented. So she gives this 12, Nathan's 90, you can actually see you got now 190 plus 12, 102 votes there. She still has 13 votes. She decides to spend the 13 votes on this one. Okay. So, well, she has consumed 26, my bad. So you consumed 26 out of 100 votes, right? So you still have quite a few votes left. So I can say I can probably spend another 60 votes on this one. And I've consumed 73 out of 100. And I have roughly 27 more. I shall give 27 votes to this one. At this point, I'm done with my voting exercise. So the next person to come along, say for example, Nathan comes here and says, well, let me vote. And Nathan has consumed 175 out of his 300 votes. And he can see how the voting has changed since he was here last. This one, for example, has received 12 votes from Sammy, 90 from Nathan. And Nathan thinks this is so important that it still needs to be done. So he's going to add another, 190 to this. So now you can see that this is a very serious requirement with about 200 votes cast. Next time somebody comes to vote, they'll see that it's at the top of the list. They can go to the requirement, they can work on the requirement. And the neat thing is, all this information is getting captured in the project change log. So this requirement actually has a history of all the comments made by people, how it evolved over its life cycle. So if you're doing your traditional requirements management, you can come here and you have this total votes cast number here. You can see that 202 votes have been cast, and you have a history of what happened there. And when you run a report on this and say, well, I really want to run a report, create a report, and I want to see the total votes cast on this folder, and you run this report and you have the data set you can work with. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. We are always available at support@tracecloud.com. Thank you very much.